problem that happens a lot, and I want you to take note. These are chunks of bark, pretty sizable chunks that have jammed themselves between the tire and the rim. Sometimes they hold air. Recently they've been a problem for me, so I have aired down one tire at a time, completely taking all pressure out of the tire. Then getting in there with a hook tool, something like this. But the main thing that I had to do to get the bead to separate is put a piston jack like this underneath the bumper, push down at the problem area to get enough separation to completely get in there and remove the bark. Now, quite honestly, all my wheels had something in them. Three out of 4 had bark, and they were holding air, but it was a concern of mine. The fourth one, a couple weeks ago when I finished wheeling, there was ledge and stone jammed in between the tire and the rim, and that definitely was leaking. So I got home a couple weeks ago and worked for quite a while to get all that ledge out of there. So now I'm doing the other 3 rims and making sure with some soapy water that they are in fact holding air, and so far it's worked pretty good. And some people say you have to use a ratchet strap to put it around the wheel to get the bead to hold. Well, I'm running these Wrangler MTRs with the Kevlar sidewalls. They're load rated D, and I'm able to absolutely remove all the air out of the tire, use the piston jack to press down, open the bead wide enough to get the obstruction out, and then happily I'm hitting it with my little compressor and the bead is immediately grabbing again. Sometimes I'll take my knee and jump up and down on the sidewall while it's filling up, but it's been working out pretty nice. So just wanted to make mention of this. It's kind of a shit job. I'm not happy about it. It takes, I don't know, it's taking me like 45 minutes a tire to do this, but in the end, the rims will be good to go again. You can see here, I got to do that one and then the rear one. So anyway, just a little video here of, you can see that the cooling fins of the rotors are all jammed with mud. I mean, I know I got to take these brakes apart and get them all cleaned up nice, but for today my primary concern was getting the debris out of the rims. I think one of my tires was leaking pretty good. The other 3 could leak. So this particular tire, this is the one here that had the stone jammed in it. I took that one apart a couple weeks ago and it's been holding air nicely, but I want to get all that mud out of the rim right there. Kind of throws the balance of the tire off. So I thought since I was doing the other tires anyway, I would take this apart, get in there with the hose and just try to get some of that mud out of there. And then I have 2 more tires on the other side to do, which both have debris in between the actual tire and the rim. So I got my work cut out for me, but it's not a very glorious job, but it's something that's got to be done to have the reliability. And then we'll get on to some of the other maintenance in upcoming videos. The brakes, torquing all my control arms, my belly armor, my Rancho diff covers became loose. I was leaking 80-90 oil on the garage floor. A lot of maintenance, tightening, and checking things to get Recon 1 back up to snuff. You know, been pounding it hard now for a year and a half, and all my components have held up beautifully, but you still got to check things out and adjust things and check the torques and do your regular maintenance. I will also be changing the diff oil in both my front and rear differentials. We'll check that out. We'll check the magnetic pickup on the drain plugs, and we'll see how that's looking as well. So that's all coming up. All right, Recon Jeeper out. while I had the wheels off. I was able to get a lot of that mud out of the rear calipers and clean all of this up nice. But I'll be taking it all apart in the near future and cleaning everything out with brake cleaner and putting that special high temp grease in the guides right here that the pads slide in and out of. So anyway, this was a good step for today. Kind of a rotten, crappy job on a rainy day, but had to be done. Don't like driving around with all 4 of my tires with the potential to blow out a leak or start leaking. So far it's pretty good. Maybe 45 minutes a tire to do the whole thing and clean it all up nice and air it up and put some bubbles on it, make sure that it's not leaking. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So Recon Jeeper out. Jeez. Come on. All right, very happy to say that this is the last rim, and it had 3 pieces of bark jammed in it. Happily, these weren't in as far. A couple of them were really in far, hard to get. And quite honestly, I had to air them up. They were still leaking. I had to air it back down, use the piston jack, and split that bead even further and get in there and dig it out. But I'm not anticipating any problem here. This is looking pretty good. So this is the last tire that had this. So all 4 of mine ended up having this issue. One of them, the one that had ledge, stone jammed in there, that one, of course, leaked pretty good. And that was the first one I had to take care of. So, okay, good project. These things happen. Okay, I put a lug nut in the picture just so you could get an idea about how big these pieces of bark were in stone that was jammed in between the rim and the tire. So, and you know what? Quite honestly, most of the time I'm airing down to 15 psi. This has been happening. I mean, it is what it is. Once in a while, I'll go down as low as 12, but I gotta do this every now and then, that's all. All right.